All right, welcome back to the Big Pick Podcast. I am joined once again by Mr. Bill. Say hello, Bill.
Hello, I am.
And say hello
I'm
to Mr.
slightly
Chicken.
irritated.
Hey guys, it's me, the other Bill.
Right.
All right, last week it was pretty quiet. I mean, we only had the Earl Thomas situation, but now we have double the news. So, first and foremost, we have a bit of drama because it wouldn't be a Dallas Cowboys offseason without some drama. Basically, what happened was Stephen Jones was talking about Dez Bryant after they finished their session of training camp, saying that he was a bit of a problem. I'm paraphrasing, mind you, a bit of a problem in terms of Dak's progress, which is why they ultimately cut him. And of course, Dez defended himself on Twitter and all that jazz, and he got some pushback from it. Some from Cowboys fans, others from the NFL Twitter and NFL pundits. So my question to you guys is, who is right here? Dez? Is it okay for Dez to defend himself, or is he being pretentious and a showboat as always?
Let the man defend himself. Honestly, he's put in the work. He's he is a great wide receiver historically. But he's always had a big ego, so let him defend himself. Whatever, he's not hurting himself.
Exactly.
Mm.
One little caveat I'll put is football wise, for quarterbacks that have big receivers, and I'll draw a comparison to Calvin Johnson. Is the minute Calvin Johnson left, Matthew Stafford took a step forward in his progress as a quarterback because he didn't have that massive target to throw to, and he had to learn to throw the football all over the field to all his receivers. So in a way, I agree with Stephen Jones, but overall, last year, it wasn't all on just Dez why they didn't succeed.
The loss of Zeke really made me realize, wow, they really depend on him just as much as they do with Dak.
AKA, they really depend on the defense stacking the box.
Yeah, but to me, I'm like, sure, I've given Dez crap because he's a bit of an egomaniac and he lets his ego get in the way, and I still hold to that. Like, in a way, Stephen Jones, yes, you're right. He is a bit of a tool when it comes to being on the field, but at the same time, this is months after you cut him. This is old news. Why are you bringing this up right now? To me, it feels like you wanted to take a shot to bring drama and attention towards the Cowboys, especially since you were going through some national anthem problems when Jerry Jones was saying that he wants his players to never kneel, to always stand, that they have to. And of course, other teams like the Giants say fuck that shit, and Malcolm Jenkins saying, "Man, I'm glad." And yes, I was right, guys. Malcolm Jenkins is with the Eagles. And he said, "Man, I'm glad I'm not with the Cowboys because he would not want to work under Jerry Jones." And I agree. Why would you want to work under Jerry? He expects you to do what he wants and never question him. So, in a way, I feel like call it a bit of a conspiracy thing, but I kind of feel like it's funny that they decide to target Dez in the midst of the national anthem controversy. But I say fuck the Cowboys. But honestly, it's also because Dez is considering signing with the Browns. There's interest. He may not sign there. He may go somewhere else. I don't know. But wherever Dez signs, I would laugh if his team made the playoffs with him in it before the Cowboys do. That would be very ironic in my opinion. I don't know about you guys, but that would brighten my day, even if it was a team I hate.
I mean, it'd be very intriguing to see if that were to be the case. It'd be very intriguing to see what this Cowboys team is gonna look like without Dez. And I mean, let's just look at it objectively. Last year, Cole Beasley had a terrible season.
Yeah, and that's
When
because
was
he had a great season the year before.
I mean, objectively, the Cowboys don't have good wide receivers.
Yeah, for once now they actually need to draft in the wide receiving category. But
Yeah, and
I didn't think I'd come to say that. I thought, assuming Dez would stay, they would be fine at wide receiver. Now they need a number one target.
Yeah,
But
but this was unreliable at best last year.
yeah.
well,
But
and,
quarterback play was below average as well.
yeah, but again, you could also chalk that up as Zeke's presence being gone.
That's
Yeah.
horseshit. They still rushed for 5.5 yards a carry. So, you know what? I don't buy that solely that Zeke's absence is the 100% reason that Dak Prescott is killing the game.
Trust me, you know how I've been also hampering on their defense being absolute garbage, despite no matter what the media tells you, they are not a very good defense. And I know I'm pretty sure we should stop talking about this because next week we're going to be talking about, or next time we're going to talk about the Cowboys again. But yeah, just letting you know, I've never had any hope on their defense. I'm glad they're drafting defense, but is it the right pieces? Because I've been hammering the table for cornerbacks, and they still haven't done that. And now they need wide receiver.
Maybe they'll still trade for Earl.
Maybe. I feel like they
Never
need more
know.
cornerbacks than safeties, but you're still right. But, I mean, hey, if you can bamboozle them and get a good deal out of it, by all means, go for it.
I don't think there's going to be any bamboozling. The Seahawks are going to get exactly what they want.
Yeah, maybe. But anyway, let's move on to the other side of the NFL. Let's go to further east with the GOAT, Tom Brady. He left mid-interview. Well, I say mid, but it's not really mid. He got asked a question about his agent and about Julian Edelman and failing the drug test, and he just said it was a stupid question and then walked out. Of course, there were butthurt sports journals saying, "Well, why wouldn't you answer my question? See, we are innocent. These athletes are so mean to us." And then, of course, you have other people saying, he's fine. He already did his interview, and that was a dumb question to ask him. So, what do you guys think? Where do you fall under?
I mean, I'm always of the I'm always for the player. Like back when Marshawn was doing his stuff with the media, I was totally for that.
Oh, I love that.
And I mean, the same goes for Brady. If he gets asked a dumb question, there's no point in answering a stupid question.
Exactly.
Yep. I'm of the world where yes, I believe in freedom of the press, but if you're gonna ask a stupid question, you're gonna get a stupid answer or no answer.
There's a famous phrase: "Talk shit, get hit." So you say something dumb, and Tom Brady says, "Hey, you dumb," and walks away. Maybe that's your fault.
I mean, and the other thing is not only do you risk losing that source, not source, but you risk losing talking to Brady. It's not like it's the thing is flipped, like, oh, we're the media, we have all the clout here. No, Tom Brady is the 5-time Super Bowl champion, and you're a sports journalist. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's bad since considering I kind of want to be a sports journal, but I feel like you need to know what to ask. If you're asking questions like that in a very bad in a very bad time and place, why are you even here?
I mean, it'd be almost as stupid as asking Tom Brady, so how's Matt Patricia's beard when
Right.
he was here in New England? I mean, like, he's going to give you the time of day. He's like, don't you have anything better to talk to me about? Like, hey, what do you think about our wide receivers against this coverage this season?
Right. Ask some relevant shit. Don't ask dumb questions.
Yep, I'm on Brady's side, but then again, I've usually been on his side for a while, but it's the GOAT. What else do you expect me to do? But I'll take any chance to shit on a stupid journalist, be it for anything. Political news, sports stuff, gaming especially. Oh, please tell me it's gaming. I'll go all day on them. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much the major news. There's some other contract stuff, but that's not much to talk about. I'm still waiting, personally. And I hope we get to this by the time by the time we record again. But I'm hoping Jadeveon Clowney gets a contract extension. Oh, there was one thing for you, Chicken. You got my boy Dwayne Brown to stay for 3 more years.
Yes,
I forget.
Signed a 3-year, $36 million contract extension for left tackle Dwayne Brown.
Yeah, that's probably going to be his last time he's going to make good money, though.
He's probably going to retire a Seahawk at this point in time.
Probably. Well, you got the window of stability at left tackle. Don't fuck it up.
Right.
Especially for Russell Wilson.
I mean, I'm kind of going to laugh if you guys don't accomplish much with him there. Because he's like, I don't want to play for this team. I want to go with a team that has championship caliber. And you just left, or you just joined when the Super Bowl window closed.
Seattle's not that far
I don't
away
know
from
that the
being
window
contenders.
is closed.
Well, it's not as big as it used to be.
No, and it's definitely, yeah, we'll see.
The NFC is getting harder and harder to play in.
The NFC has, for a long time, been more strong than the AFC in general.
It's just the AFC knows how to win a goddamn championship game.
Well, the AFC has always had like 2 or 3 like juggernaut teams, like the Steelers and the fucking Tom Brady's and
it was really
the Peyton Manning-led teams that are sponsored by horses.
Yeah.
Like, those 3 quarterbacks have been in the Super Bowl, 15 out of the last 18 years or something like that?
Yeah.
So they're pretty much the LeBron
occasional
James and Kobe Bryants of that era.
No, it's that the rest of the AFC is a bunch of hot garbage.
Like
I said, LeBron James and Kobe Bryant, because it was always one of them in the finals.
Yeah, but if those quarterbacks were in the NFC, you wouldn't see them repping the NFC those 15 years, is all I'm saying.
Right. Yeah. They're if you look at the NFC side, I mean, you have Matt Ryan.
I do feel like the AFC is rising, though.
Not this year against that. The NFC is just legitimately a nightmare.
Well, you got the Jags, the Texans on the rise. Maybe the Titans. I know, Chicken, you should be hammering the Titans as much as you are the Chargers. You love your boy Mariota. At least give him some support that he needs. He needs it more.
I am ready for the Titans this year.
AFC South, the best division in the AFC. Looking forward to hearing that.
It'll be between them and the West for best division in the AFC.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
I mean, if Andrew Luck's not healthy, then...
If he's not, well, to be fair, the West has one dud team as well, and that's probably the Raiders or the Chiefs.
Yeah, but those aren't guaranteed duds yet.
I mean, with
I'm just saying they have a chance of having a dud, too. Don't forget.
They do. Absolutely.
I think both sides have one team to be a dud, but hey, 3 out of 4 ain't bad. Do you know how hard it is to get a 3 out of 4 good division? Asking for all 4 to be equally competitive is a pipe dream sometimes.
Imagine your team being in a division where the other 3 teams are like sub 500 teams for a 20-year window. It'd be so good. I feel like my team would be able to go to the Super Bowl at least 5 times in that window.
Well, hey, wait, didn't you kind of have that when your entire division was crap for years? Like, all 4 teams in your division were bad?
Well,
yes, the Seahawks got in with a 7-9 record.
Yeah, that should, I mean... You had it a little bit.
Defeated the defending Super Bowl champion Saints.
That was funny.
We all know what division Bill was talking about, though.
The AFC South and the AFC East.
No, I got
the AFC East.
Hey, the South was shit too because the Peyton Manning was running it all down like it was nothing.
That's true. The AFC South was hot garbage during Peyton Manning's entire tenure.
Yeah, now it's getting better.
Right.
But anyway, let's move on to the schedule. So today we have Mr. Bill's team, the Detroit Lions. So, Mr. Bill, set us up for this season.
This season is going to be the first season with new head coach Matt Patricia of Patriot fame. Everyone, the Detroit media has been doing a good job trying to run their hit pieces on him. With all the assault allegations from 20 years ago and et cetera, et cetera. It's because they don't want the Patriot way to come here and be like, oh, we're not going to give the media anything. So
It's about as dumb as if Golden State was mad like Steve Kerr was bringing the Spurs way to them, which he kind of is.
I mean, but it's the first season with Matt Patricia at the helm and a better defensive coordinator in Paul. I think it's Paul Pasqualoni at defensive coordinator. Nothing against Terrell Austin, and I'm going to say this, but we're not going to have a Aaron Rodgers Hail Mary, and we're doing stupid shit, and we're not going to have 9 people on the field at times. Jim Caldwell was too lax on the team. This is the perfect mindset. Now,
but Mr. Bill, you forgot about the best part. Who is the offensive coordinator?
Still Jim Bob Cooter, and he's still
the GOAT.
If he will call a running game consistently, there would be times where Tyon Green last year would run for 30 yards, and then we'd run 4 more times, and then in the second half we didn't run at all, and it just drove me nuts. If we commit to the running game with my boy freaking Kerryon Johnson.
Carry on my wayward son.
Exactly. Kerryon Johnson is going to be the starting running back of the Detroit Lions by the midpoint of the season.
I feel like I'm the only one who believes Amir Abdullah can change.
I don't believe in Amir Abdullah. He's a fumbling. You know what he's good at? Fumbling the football. That's about all that he's good
Express has left the station.
Yeah. So overall, no.
You know, you're forgetting about your second-year wide receiver, right? When's he gonna step up?
My second-year wide receiver, Kenny Golladay.
Yep.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he doesn't really need to step up.
I want to see him make more catches, and I want to add him to my fantasy team that doesn't exist.
We got Golden Tate, we got Marvin Jones, we got Golladay. There's another receiver I'm forgetting about that's pretty damn good
Marvin
himself.
Jones.
No, I got Marvin.
Okay.
And you guys signed Luke Wilson at tight end too.
You also signed LeGarrette Blount.
I'm gonna be brutally honest. Luke Wilson is a better tight end than Eric Ebron ever will be.
That's sad but true. But just be careful. Luke Wilson doesn't have the most consistent hands.
I mean, and nothing could be worse than Eric Ebron.
Exactly.
He was drafted specifically for his hands, and he dropped everything. So
to be fair, Matt Stafford is one of a
cannon for an arm.
Yeah, he's got one of the fastest quick releases on a throw.
Yeah,
in the NFL.
He broke freaking Darius Slay's finger.
That's insane.
So he's just like Warren Moon.
Good old Warren Moon, man.
Warren Moon was a beast.
Warren Moon. But overall, I'm happy with the coaching staff. They made much needed changes, and going into the season, we have a much better mindset. And I'm just hopeful that we cut down on cut down on the mistakes. There's not going to be 9 people on the field, and with that, we should probably get going to the schedule here.
Yep, start us off, Bill. We've got Monday Night Football. You start
Monday
late.
Night Football at 7 o'clock. We're at home, played the New York Jets, and I mean, the Lions have Matthew Stafford. I don't even know who the Jets have at quarterback, so that's a thing.
Teddy Bridgewater?
Not sure.
I mean, they could use Scam for Sam if they want to use him right now, but I don't think they're going to throw him out to the Wolves, or in this case, the Lion Pride just yet.
Yeah. I don't know who they have at quarterback. I really don't even know who they have at wide receiver. So I'm just going to go with my Detroit Lions. We have a better offense. We have a better defense. We We have a better
Well,
special
yeah, the Lions just have a better team. I think you couldn't ask for a better layup. A home game against a Jets team that's expected to be kind of a tire fire. Really, I mean, like,
Yeah, they're a team that's going to go through a lot of growing pains. And honestly, let's forget this first start. I think your first 5 games, sure, you got an early bye, but the first 5 games you got, they're all winnable.
wow. I mean, we'll go one game at a time here. Let's not get crazy.
Yeah. So you agree there, Sir Josh?
Of course, why would I go pick the Jets? The only time I'll pick the Jets is if they're playing another team that's bad like them, like the Browns or the Dolphins.
All right. So the following week, week 2, we travel out to San Fran or Santa Clara and take on the 49ers and Jimmy G. Now, I look at it like this: is the 49ers have Marquise Goodwin, they have Garoppolo, and they're going to suffer maybe their first loss under Jimmy G, and that'll be Jimmy G's first loss ever, because I just feel like my Lions defense will be starting to gel. The offensive line will be gelled, and we'll be throwing the football all over the field on the 49ers, because their defense is not – it's still not there yet.
Oh, I will tell you, I mean, I don't even know what the 49ers' first game is. Oh, it's against the Vikings. I'm sorry, Bill. That's not going to be their first loss. That's going to be their second
that might be
loss.
their second one.
So this is the 49ers home opener.
I agree with Bill there.
Defend your house. I think on paper these two teams are pretty close in talent. I do think that there is an edge in coaching in San Fran. I think there's a lot of young talent on the San Fran team. This game is honestly a coin flip to me, and I'm going with the home team.
I'm going to go with the away team. I'm going to go with the Lions going 2-0 to start.
Now, I'm going to be a realist here. It's Sunday Night Football at home against the Patriots. It's Matt Patricia versus his old team. And we all know that, with all that extra spotlight, Tom Brady tends to show out and play really well. And he just likes to stick it to old teammates, old coaches, etc. And I feel like this is going to be that Lions wake-up game. Like, oh, yeah, we started 2-0. We're Super Bowl bound. No. We're going to break check that right there because, the Patriots are still the Patriots, and you got to respect them. And I feel like they're going to go into that game a little over-eager, and I'm giving the edge to the Patriots. The Patriots' defense, though, is very exploitable.
I'm going to go with the Patriots as well. I wanted to call this also the Garrett Blount revenge game, but he won a Super Bowl against this team, so he's already he doesn't even need to worry about that anymore.
Yeah, the Patriots are gonna. It might not even be close.
It sucks. The one time the Lions get a competitive Sunday night game, they may very well blow. Although there is one caveat. The Patriots struggle in the early games. That's why I say all these games are winnable, including this one. But I'm just going to trust New England because I don't want to doubt them. I feel like if I doubt them, I get proven wrong.
See, now we go into week 4, and we're in Dallas. In Jerry World. And everyone's going to be like, oh, the Dallas Cowboys have the greatest offensive line in the history of offense. And, oh, Jerry Jones, this and that. And America's team, this and that. I'm so tired of hearing about that garbage. America's team is going to lose. They don't Dak Prescott is not a better quarterback than Matt Stafford. They have a better running game, but they have no wide receivers in Dallas, and the Cowboys' defense is worse. I've got the Lions based off of those factors alone right there, even in Dallas.
I could see the Lions having a comfortable win in Dallas. Honestly, I could see Dallas getting off to a rocky start. The Lions, that core on offense, minus the running backs, have been together now for plenty of time. So Matt Stafford knows his offense. And that defense should only get better with Matt Patricia. So give me the Lions winning in Jerry World.
Oh, trust me. You know I've been criticizing this Cowboys team for years, and I'm not done with them. I expect Golden Tate or Galladay, that'd be even better, to just score a wide open touchdown, run to the star, and just lay on it to taunt Dallas.
That's a Golden Tate move right there.
Go full TO on
Yes,
the star.
I want to see it, and it would be glorious. I would call Golden Tate Player of the Year for that, no matter what. Like, I don't care if Tom Brady threw perfect games for the rest of the season. Golden Tate would still be my Player of the Year if he did that.
And let's just be real. Jason Garrett is a traditional innate freaking head coach.
Yeah,
at best.
Because and Jerry's not going to fire him because he likes people who, again, don't question him and let him say whatever he wants and does whatever he wants. Basically, he wants a soy boy.
Damn.
What?
Oh.
Garrett is a cuck. It's true.
Wow. All right,
All right. Well, onwards to week 5.
We're learning a lot about the Dallas team right now, but let's talk about.
Oh, you think that's bad? Wait till next time.
Oh, jeez. Well,
So,
week
5.
Week 5. It's at home versus the Green Bay Packers, and we all know the media. Everyone around here is like, the media will be like, Aaron Rodgers, the God, is coming in to play the Lions. The Lions are terrible, etc., etc. Aaron Rodgers, his completion percentage has been going down. He's been throwing more interceptions. He doesn't have the same running game he used to. His wide receiving core, okay, pretty good.
Jordy's not there to ask for flags.
You got Randall Cobb. You got Jimmy Graham.
Devontae Parker? Come on, son.
And Devontae Parker as well. But that god-awful Packers defense is just sitting out there ripe for the taking. And I think that will be a high-scoring, crazy affair, lots of points. But I got my Lions winning the Packers because we've started winning against the Packers pretty consistently over the last few years.
I actually got a bit of a bold
45,
prediction
42.
for you.
Final score 45-38 Packers. Sorry, Aaron Rodgers is the god.
I'm going to go with a bit of a bold prediction. I'm going to go 30-20 in favor of Detroit. 2-score game.
Wow.
And by the way, some of those points from Green Bay comes in garbage time.
I just don't.
Aaron Rodgers is not going to have an easy time in his own division for once, and I like it.
Now, week 6 is our bye week. That'll be a good bye week after a Packers game. It'll be even better if it's after a win. But we go into Miami week 7 against apparently a Ryan Tannehill led.
Mr. Bill, can I interject for a moment? It's a goddamn shame that Ndamukong Suh went to the Rams right now, because I would have loved to see this, the ultimate revenge game. Because he's like, I love Miami. Much better weather than Detroit. So you go in to Miami, you kick his ass, you change, Hard Rock Field into Detroit Field, because it's now Detroit's property, and where's Sue shit talking at now?
We'll get to that.
Didn't you guys face Sue like the first year he was in the Dolphins?
No, it was the year they played each other that he left. So after that year, then he left to the Dolphins.
He was only on the Dolphins for 3 years, huh?
Yes.
Huh.
Yep. It seems like a lot longer.
It does.
Well, I'm giving your team a win here because the Dolphins are a dumpster fire, much like the Jets.
You know they're in contention for a top 5 pick, right?
I also agree. You know, the freaking Dolphins are their offense, their head coach. I don't think is going to be a head coach after the season. I think Tannehill might be on his last year in Miami, and really, you know, they don't really have much of an offense. They got rid of Jay Ajayi. I mean,
Yeah, they traded.
they're
I'm
not,
pretty sure they're like a few losses away from blowing it all up.
Oh, the Dolphins will have a brand new everything next year.
Like they're just gonna trade everything they have of value and just keep the foundation
They got rid of
pieces.
their two best players in the offseason. You get rid of Ndamukong Suh, you get rid of Juice Landry,
And you got rid of
Right.
Jay Ajayi.
Yep.
and Jay he left mid-season last year.
Yeah, so I think
what
they
you
are
think
blowing it up. They're just gonna give one more shot, or they already are, just not admitting it.
I mean, the Dolphins are like a 6-win team at best.
I think at this point they're just gonna see if Tannehill's actually worth keeping around. If not, then like if you keep him around, it's like okay, we're gonna build around him for a big push later in his career, or blow it all up, draft a quarterback, start over.
I think that may be what happens because they suck.
All right, Mr. Bill, move on to
All
Week
right.
8, the big one.
Moving on to Week 8, it's we're playing at home against the Seattle Seahawks. Now, Seattle got rid of a lot of their pieces, and we got Deshaun Shed, and he's want to play decently well for us against his former team. And you know what? I'm cool with it. Luke Wilson will probably have a decently good game as well. You always have to be wary of Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is the ultimate competitor. So it's going to be a close game. I really do believe that. But I got my Lions barely winning. It's like a 24-21 game, something like that.
We got 27-24 for me in the favor of Detroit. And
I'm
Mr.
pretty
Chicken, you
sure-
got to be consistent.
Yeah, I think last week when we talked, I said the Seahawks are going to win a nail-biter, and I'm not changing my opinion here. I think the Seahawks win a nail-biter on the road and escape Detroit by the skin of their teeth with a win.
This is a game to me that will be one of those NFC games that may shape the foundation of the playoff. Of all the 6 teams, this is a fight for, to me, a wild card spot because these 2 teams look like wild card teams, if you ask me.
Oh, for sure.
Now, week nine, I have to be a realist.
Sorry.
We're the only team that went into Minnesota and beat Minnesota in Minnesota.
That was the week that Sam Bradford went down with an injury.
And Dalvin Cook also got injured as well. But Dalvin Cook actually fumbled the football, and that's when he tore his ACL in that same game.
Yeah.
So, notwithstanding that, we still beat them 14-7 last year in Minnesota, the only team to do it. But we are not winning this game in Minnesota that week. That it's just not going to happen. The
Nope.
Vikings are a much better team. They'll have Dalvin Cook. They have a better quarterback in Cousins than what they had last year. And they still have Thielen. They still have Diggs. They still have Kyle Rudolph. And that defense is legit.
That team is
nasty.
mostly unchanged. The only difference is their quarterback got an upgrade.
Yeah,
Yep.
now they just need
So-
to stay healthy.
Yeah, that defense is stupid insanely good. The Vikings are going to win.
But
The
Mr.
Vikings got a
Chicken,
good shot at
you
winning.
said the Eagles were the best last time.
No, I'm talking about the NFC North. I'm sorry.
Well, all right. I'm going to go with the Vikings as well. I feel like they may very well be a Super Bowl contending team if they stay healthy and everything clicks by the end of the season. And I think there's a good shot it
Anything short of
can.
a Super Bowl appearance for the Vikings is going to be a disappointment for that team.
Right. I agree.
They're like the Dodgers from last year. It was World Series or anything else would be a disappointment, and they still disappointed the world. Ha!
I mean, they went 13-3 last year with Case freaking Keenum at quarterback.
Yeah, that's why I said they have to be a Super Bowl team now. If not, anything else is a disappointment.
Exactly.
Now,
November 11th.
November 11th, at the Chicago Bears, everyone's media darling coming into this season. Oh, the Bears are going to go places. They might win the division.
Remember, guys,
Now,
this guy might be better than Watson.
we have Mitchell Trubisky, who's not better than Deshaun Watson at quarterback. They're legit, and running back Jordan Howard is a legit beast. They have a new coach in Matt Nagy. Okay.
And they have Allen Robinson.
And they have Allen Robinson.
And who's that tight end they added from the Eagles? Trey Burton?
Trey Burton, yeah.
And
their defense is all right.
Low-key, it's a good defense.
Yeah, it's a decent defense.
I think that's what they're going to have to do. Have a good defense until Mitch Trubisky comes around one day.
The issue is Mitch Trubisky at quarterback right now. We don't know what he's going to look like, but I'm going to give it to my Lions because we know what Stafford is and we know what those receivers are. The only thing we don't know is that running game against that Bears defense, and that'll be ironed out during the season.
I'm going to go with Detroit.
I got the Lions.
I go with Detroit because of veteran experience, and the only thing to me is how will the offensive line for Detroit still be around when we get to this point?
I can see the Lions trading games with the Bears, personally. I don't think that the Bears are such a pushover that...
Oh, no.
So I'm gonna put the Bears at like a 1-1 sort of thing.
I think both games will definitely be close.
Right. I think they could be like low-scoring defensive affairs.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I'm gonna give the Bears this one, but I'll just give the home team the wins on this rivalry.
And you, sir, Josh, did you
I
give the Lions
I said
a
Detroit would win.
Okay. So, Week 11 at home versus the Carolina Panthers. Now, I like looking at it, and it's like, I could give a Lions victory here. And it's like Cam Newton barely completes 50% of his passes year after year. But, I mean, I can't go against Luke Kuechly in that defense no matter what. I just can't. I don't know. I just got the Panthers. Detroit always has a little bit of an issue with running quarterbacks, but that was under Terrell Austin. Again, we don't know what that defense is going to look like right now. So I'm projecting they've always had issues with running quarterbacks, and I'm going to go with the Panthers, though I could see this being another really close, low-scoring.
To me, the Panthers have always had the Lions' numbers for years now, so I'm going to go with the Panthers off of just past history. And, well, it's Eric Ebron's revenge game, sad to say, and he's going to get it only because Cam Newton did it for him.
Eric Ebron is in Indianapolis.
Oh, I thought he was with Carolina. Never mind.
Yeah. Cam Newton has always lost fluky games here and there. Just statistically, he just has bad games every once in a while where he just shits the bed. And I can see him shitting the bed against my man Big Play Slay. I'm giving the Lions the win here. They're home. The Panthers are a good team, but they're not a world-beating team. So,
this is also a game that's going to shape up the wild card scenarios, mind you.
Oh, for sure. The Panthers are going to be in that wild card race.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a must-win game.
Now, Thanksgiving. I have much thanks to be given. It's another Bears game, second in 3 weeks. And, it's the same scenario. I think it'll be a close game, a very fun game to watch for the first game on Thanksgiving Day. And I just got my Lions winning on Thanksgiving. They've been pretty consistent on Thanksgiving nowadays, not comparative to 10 years ago.
Agreed. I have the Lions beating the Bears at home on Turkey Day because can't spell Thanksgiving without Detroit.
Yep, sweep. The Lions sweep the Bears. the only sweep they're gonna get in this division this year. Sad to say, but hey, sweep's a sweep.
Well, and now, Week 13 at home against the Los Angeles Rams, you'll have Jared Goff going into his third season. That offense is still very explosive. You still have Todd Gurley. But the thing that'll get Lions fans really going crazy in Detroit is that you have Ndamukong Suh in town. They're going to amp up. They're going to just be amped on the defensive side of the ball, where a lot of teams have issues playing in domes with crowd noise. And I think the Rams defense is going to have issues, and they might jump quite a few times. And so I'm going to give a little bit of an edge to my Lions, and just with that added intensity of them, of the crowd hating the Ndamukong Suh, I got the Lions. Actually,
The Rams are going to win 38-22.
Yeah, I have them losing, actually. My bad. I was looking
I
at
have
Cardinals,
them
but
losing too. Sad to say, the
I
Ndamukong
got
Suh is going to get his way.
Gurley. But Gurley is going to be a legit beast in that game.
Yeah, I dare anybody to stop Todd Gurley this year. Kid's a stud.
Offensive Player of the Year watch, maybe? He just got paid too. So I have the Rams winning too, and I hate saying it.
Yeah, I got the Rams as well. Next week is Week 14 against Arizona in Arizona. Arizona legitimately has David Johnson and Larry Fitzgerald. Don't remember who they have at quarterback.
Hopefully
it's probably
Josh Rosen.
Rookie. But they don't have Bruce Arians as head coach. So I've got the Lions as victors. We have a better offense. We have a better defense outside Patrick Peterson.
The Lions are the better team here, top to bottom. I think the Lions go on the road and they take care of business. The Cardinals.
Yep, the Cardinals no longer have football Popovich. And yeah, I'm going to go trust the Lions. They're going to go eat some bird tonight. I expect Kerryon Johnson and Kenny Golladay to have good games this week on that week.
All right, here we go. Week 15, we go into Bills Mafia territory, take on the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. And I'm sorry to say, Kerryon Johnson is going to run all over the place.
There's only one way you lose this game.
And that is?
There's one possibility that will make you automatically lose. Snow. If it's snowing, you're fucked.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but LaShawn McCoy, there's no better running back in the snow than Shady.
If he's even playing.
He is.
He will. I've got
but I have the Lions winning.
I'm going to go with the Bills. I feel like it will snow, and the Lions are going to fuck it up in the snow like they did against the Eagles many years ago. So, yeah, I'm sorry, Bill. The Bill's going to get you again.
All right. Week 16, at home. The home closer against the Minnesota Vikings. And, yeah, again, similar to much earlier in the season, they get to play the Vikings. It might be at that point resting starters. So that might be a thing to take into consideration, but just overall, I feel like they're going to lose again. The Vikings are just too complete of a team.
I'm gonna go with the Detroit Lions for this one. I think it's gonna be a last-minute go-ahead walk-off touchdown to end the game 21-20, and the Lions punch their ticket to the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
So I have a similar theory, minus the whole playoff thing. I think that the Lions defend their turf at home in a hard-fought game. They're still in the playoff hunt, where the Vikings may have locked up a 1 or 2. The Lions need this game, so they take it.
Oh, man. And then...
You might see a scenario where you get all three teams from the same division, from the South or from the North. I think it's possible.
And then Week 17 happens. The Detroit Lions go into Green Bay, and they always say, oh, Detroit can't win in Green Bay. Detroit can't win in Green Bay.
Guess what? Detroit can't win in Green Bay. Not in Week 17 on December 30th.
Detroit will win in Green Bay against Aaron Rodgers, knocking the Green Bay Packers out of the playoffs because their defense is so terrible. And that'll be their undoing. It's not going to be anything that Rodgers does because he's going to carry that game for the Packers.
Aaron Rodgers is going to drop a dime to Geronimo Allison with seconds left in the game. It'll be a Hail Mary, 40-yard shot, and he'll catch it because that's what Aaron Rodgers does to the Lions.
Legitimately, Marvin Jones and Golden Tate and freaking Luke Wilson could have 100-yard games on that defense. It'll be a very fun game.
And Aaron Rodgers.
Let's just put it that way.
I'm going to say Aaron Rodgers defends his home turf, sending the Lions home early, keeping them out of their playoff berth.
I think the Lions will lose, but they're going to win because other teams will fuck it up and get them in by default. I'm looking at you.
Scenarios already.
Yeah. Like I said, I feel like the 49ers or the Rams are going to disappoint, and if one of them's going to do it, I'm going to lean on the Niners because now they're going to play a full season.
Already higher for the ceiling and the floor are higher for both.
Yeah,
for the Rams.
Between both of them, who do you think is going to fail and disappoint us? And I'm going with the Niners.
Probably, but I mean, I just think the NFL product, like the NFL is putting out the best product they've been putting out in years. I think parity is insane right now.
And the other thing is all the truly great quarterbacks, the ones that are dominating the league, like Brady, Manning, and all of them, are starting to leave the scene.
And a new one's coming, but I'm gonna save that for next week. Anyway, so what are you guys' records for the team? I have them at 10-6 and getting in barely.
I have them at 8-8.
And I have them at 11-5.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna put them 8-8, chicken. I said you're gonna put them 8-8, and you did. I knew.
Because I'm not as big of a believer in the Bears as some other people, but that's just me.
I'm not a believer in them either.
I almost put them at 7-9, to be fair, but.
And the other thing is my natural hatred towards the Green Bay Packers, so I want them to lose at all times, and that's just not going to leave me. And the Cowboys, everyone hates the Cowboys.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm going to have... Okay, well, whatever. Anyway, let's move on. We need to move on.
Yep.
Let's move on to interstate rivalry, the best of the three, and I'm already starting to run out of time. So, let's get down to business. It's the Rams and the Chargers. This is perhaps the most spicy of the three we're doing, and I think this is the one we're not going to have consensus in. So,
possible Super Bowl matchup, yes.
Yeah,
potential, maybe. But anyway, let's go into offensive composition. So, let's discuss the two quarterbacks. Mr. Chicken, go hype up Phillip Rivers like I know you want to.
Felipe Rios! He is obviously a better quarterback than Jared Goff. Jared Goff is just a robot that has Sean McVay plugged into his ear telling him what to do. But Phillip Rivers, he has 58 children, which means he's a family man, which means he spreads that ball, gives everyone an equal share, especially if your name is Keenan Allen. Now, Keenan Allen is going to perform... Oh, wait, we're staying on quarterbacks here. Yeah. Phillip Rivers is going to just throw like 500 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Like 30 interceptions. but 500 touchdowns, so it's okay.
All right,
It'll be
so allow
it'll
me
be a
to
vintage-
hype up Jared Goff.
Ooh.
You haven't seen a one that looked like a surefire bust to now a star on the rise in a while. Because Goff looked like he was the guaranteed #1 overall pick bust coming out of last year, and then he got Sean McVay.
Years ago, he mentioned Trubisky.
Oh, everyone's hoping that's what's going to happen with Trubisky. I don't think so. But anyway, we're talking about Goff now. So, Goff has improved a lot. He should only get better. He's gotten new toys to help him out. But I will agree, I think Phillip Rivers is the better quarterback on experience alone. But don't sleep on Jared Goff. That's all I'm saying.
Agreed as well. I'm going with Philip Rivers very easily. He's gonna throw the football at least 500 times.
All right, so
And
now let's go to wide receivers. Chicken is going to be the Chargers hype man because that's what he's all plugged in now that his Seahawks are in
shoot.
trouble.
We got our bald, beautiful boy, Keenan Allen. He's going to, probably catch 100 balls for, 12 touchdowns and like 1,400 yards. He's going to light the league on fire this year. The Chargers have something to prove, and they started clicking at the end of the year, and that offense funnels through Keenan Allen. Now, the rookie that they drafted last year, Michael, I forget his name. There's a rookie wide receiver they drafted last year in the first round who was out for the season last year, but he should be returning this year.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, but I forget his name.
Right. So he should step up in a big way. Plus, they have Terrence Williams and Travis Benjamin, rather, who can stretch the field. So there's a lot to look at when you're talking about the pass catchers. Plus, they may be re-signing Mr. Antonio Gates.
The man of mystery. Anyway, I'm going to check and see. I'm going to go check and see who the Mike Williams.
Mike Williams, there we go.
All right, so now it's my turn to hype up the Rams wide receiving core. I'm gonna mention they've got Brandon Cooks now, and they've extended his contract. You know what he could do. Cooper Kupp was solid. Robert Woods was pretty solid, but we all know where their bread and butter truly lies, and that's the run game. With my boy Todd Gurley, who just got paid, and Mr. Chicken. Between Todd Gurley and Melvin Gordon, who do you think is better?
Todd Gurley and Melvin Gordon will forever be tied together. They were drafted maybe back-to-back?
Something close to that.
Yeah, they were drafted within a few picks of each other. And, both had some of their early career struggles. Todd Gurley is in a system that totally plays to his style. I think Todd Gurley is probably the more talented of the two. However, my man Melvin Gordon is possibly also a top 5 running back in the NFL right now.
Possibly.
So,
He's still got to compete with others like Bell and stuff.
I said possibly top 5. Let me have it.
I feel like Todd Gurley will rob him of that 5th spot.
Todd Gurley gets the edge, though. Todd Gurley gets the edge. I mean, he just led the league in just being a fucking monster.
All right, then. So, who do you guys have for offense? Who has the edge in offense?
Who has the edge in offense? Oh, that is so difficult.
It's really close.
I'm going to go with the Chargers. I think it's because of the quarterback in general. But I will mention I think the Rams have a better offensive line than the Chargers do.
The Rams do probably have a better offensive line, and I think the Rams probably will be a little bit more consistent on offense. So I'm going to give the edge to the Rams, though I think both offenses are going to be top 5 offenses.
I'm going to go with the Chargers because of quarterback. That's my deciding factor for me.
I'm going with the man, the myth, the legend, Keenan Allen. There's only one Keenan Allen.
Hey, Chicken, you can't be cheering when you just went on the Rams side for that.
Listen, I said both offenses are going to be top 5 offense. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Of both
So
teams, only one team has Keenan Allen, and that is the easy.
so Bill and I are on offense for the Chargers, and Mr. Chicken is with the Rams. So let's move on to defense. I'm going to talk about. Do I need to explain to you why the Rams might have one of the best defensive lines out there right now?
Because their best player is going to hold out all year. Yeah!
You have Aaron Donald. You've got Ndamukong Suh now.
Hey, Aaron Donald's not playing yet.
He'll come. I'm pretty sure they're going to pay him before this season begins.
That's what I've been saying about Earl forever, but it won't happen.
Earl's going to have to play. If he wants to get a trade, he needs to show that he can still play. So it was like with Dwayne Brown, who's like, I'm going to hold out until I get a better deal or a trade. But when the Seahawks game, he was like, oh, I need to show Seattle what I can do, and he played, and then he got traded the next day. So they'll play.
That's fair.
They will play. Anyway, so I do like this Rams defense more, in my opinion. But Mr. Chicken, what do the Chargers have on defense?
Ooh, the Chargers on defense. Oh boy. So, up front, you got Joey Bosa, who, he could be the next Aaron Donald. I'm not even joking. The kid's a monster. Plus, you know who plays opposite of him? Mr. Melvin Ingram. They may be one of, if not the best pass rush duos in the NFL right now. Then, in the back, you had Jason Verrett, but he's dead now. But you have, who's the other freaking cornerback? Best cornerback in the league. Freaking,
No, it's not
Casey
Rodgers.
Hayward.
Yeah.
Casey Hayward. He's nasty. He's insane. One of the best corners in the league. Plus, they also drafted Derwin James. Ooh.
Yeah, aren't you
Who's
jealous?
Like Cam Chancellor 2.0.
Aren't you jealous?
I am so jealous. So jealous.
I will tell you, though, it's funny how, once again, First Blood, in terms of the injury wrath from the football gods, went against the Chargers. They lost not one, but two players on the same day for season-ending injuries, and that's just yikes.
That's fair.
The NFL gods show the Chargers no mercy no matter where they go. It's like, we went to LA so we can get more people. Please show us mercy. No. I feel like the Chargers and injuries go hand in hand now, and it just sucks. But hey, Phillip Rivers is always healthy.
They're okay, but who gives it? I said their linebacking core is like okay, but there's nobody like writing home about.
All right, so Mr. Bill, between these two teams, who do you think has the edge in defense?
I hate saying it because I don't
Wait,
want to
did we even break down the Rams D?
I thought I just did. I mentioned the talent. If they're all playing together, that defensive line is going to be very, very hard to stop.
Their corners are nasty too.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I hate to admit it because Ndamukong's playing for the Rams, but man, that Rams defense, of the two, I would give them a slight edge because you can't. Joey Bosa is no slouch, and he could legitimately challenge for the sacks lead this year, very easy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm going to go
give
with the Rams because Aaron Donald is one of the best players on the planet. So I feel like
I'm going to give the Rams the edge, but again, these are two top 7 defenses in the NFL.
So now it comes to me the hard one, the coach. To me, this is my deciding factor.
Oh, you have to go with the Rams. Sean McVay has proven that he's a fantastic coach. He made Jared Goff look like a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, and then you got to go against Anthony Lynn, which I mean he may very well become coach of the year if the Chargers make a very good splash this year. But we're not talking about what's going to happen in the future. We're just talking about where they are now.
Who won coach of the year this year?
Sean McVay.
You're damn right he did because he's the coach of the year.
Yep, and I think that's why ultimately I give the Rams a 2-1 against the Chargers, and therefore the Rams to me are the team I see will be a little bit better than the Chargers.
Unfortunately, the Rams won 3-0 for me.
And I've got the Rams as well with a 2-1, but I think the Chargers are going to be the better team.
We still reached consensus, even though I thought Mr. Chicken was gonna go all in on the Chargers. I am dead ass impressed.
Being a real.
It's
You
about
gotta
being
be
a
real.
realist.
I am dead ass impressed. I thought you were gonna go offense Chargers, coach, or defense Chargers as well, but the Rams are set up. I just hope they don't fucking disappoint us, because what else is new
I
in the
hope they
NFL?
do. I hope they do, especially on November 12th.
But the Rams have a hard schedule now because, you know, they were the champs, so they got to play against the big boys, which should be
True.
fun, especially that Rams-Vikings game, possible game of the
As
year.
long as the
Hopefully.
Chargers don't start out 0-4
Oh, I hope not.
like they did
Don't-
last year.
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
worry.
but
That's
I think it's because they started
out.
out 0-4, they missed the playoffs. If they had won one of those games, they might have made it in.
Remember the Bills game from last year with Nathan Peterman?
Yeah. Remember why? I still don't understand why they even put him out there.
At that
Remember
point,
5 picks in 1/2?
I think at that point
Bye.
it was clear. Tyrod Taylor, he doesn't deserve Buffalo. He deserves better. But they exiled him to Cleveland. Ouch.
True.
It's not technically an exile anymore.
Maybe. But, yeah. So now that's 2 out of our preseason podcasts knocked out. I'm pretty sure I'm going to call this part Detroit versus everybody, because Mr. Bill, all about that Detroit versus everybody mentality.
It really is. I mean, if you watch the just watch the referees in our games, compare it to any other game that you watch, and just watch the amount of flags that go against Detroit compared to what the league average is for every other team.
Anyway, so Mr. Chicken, you have the floor for the Chargers. I know you want to hype up their potential, so I'm going to give you this minute. Go and talk about them to your heart's content.
About the Chargers?
Yes, tell me about it. We won't have another shot, so tell me now why you think they are going to be a surprise team this year.
It shouldn't be a surprise team. This team has always been talented, but the injury bug has always struck the Chargers at like the worst possible time every time. Honestly, the talent is great to elite across the board at most positions in that roster. So there's no reason that they shouldn't be favorites in the AFC West to win, and possibly even favorites to get a first-round bye in this year's AFC playoff field.
Yeah, maybe. I think that they have some. They're going to have some competition, though. It's not going to be easy.
Sure, but if they can knock off 1 or 2 contenders this season, that could be all it takes. I'm predicting them to get 12 wins.
I think I predicted them to get 11 wins. But speaking of predictions, and we're almost done with this, next week we have my team to discuss and the last interstate rivalry, which to me this one is the easiest of the 3. But next week it's pretty much going to be David versus Goliath.
I don't know.
Hey, well that's how the
I know.
media
Both of
wants
my
us to see
things-
it as.
Both of my decisions have been a 3-0 sweep, so
I don't know. You know everyone loves them boys. Way too much.
that's true.
Yep.
You know, Zeke, you gotta feed the beast.
Yeah, well, we'll see if he can handle Texas's best defense.
I might have a little bit of Cowboys fans might not like the QB analysis.
Oh, yeah, they'll have their fun. They'll have their problems with me by the time we get to next time, because oh boy, next time you know the state.
Indeed.
We all like. It's obvious. Of course, I'm gonna mention that state, But yeah, anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Do you two have anything else you want to add before we head out?
Nope.
Just don't forget to follow all three of us on Twitter.
Yep.
Um,
At to Sample Man.
That's a TEH_SampleMan.
Yep.
You can follow me at Build the Fajita.
And you know me, Skyward Shield as always. But I will tell you guys, I have some news. I'm having somebody commission an image for us for our podcast to put, when it's on YouTube, something that's more proper. Because right now I'm gonna have basically a temporary a placeholder image for now for these first few. But hopefully by the time the main season comes along, it should be ready and it should look good.
For the good stuff.
Yes, because we are taking a step forward, and they say if you really care about something, you gotta divulge money and resources for it, and that's what I'm gonna have to do.
Alright.
Anyway, we'll see you guys in a couple more weeks or so, because next week...
Thanks for listening.
What?
I said thanks for listening.
Yep, next time is David versus Goliath, and I am so looking forward to it.